So on all gap scheme, we'll never coach lever, spill, lever. I do coach it on like traditional like lead plays because that ball hits too downhill that if the cheat safety is involved. Okay. I like that question a lot. So for us, let's say we were running. Like this is where people are different. So I'm gonna put here's our X's on a page, right? And say you were running counter and we're here. A lot of people would sit there and say, hey, we're gonna lever it. This is the spiller, there's your jump over, right? Lever, spill, lever. I mean, when people run gap scheme, their number one objective is for the ball to hit downhill. Really any run scheme, right? Like if they have to circle the defense to hit an explosive run, that means that one, right, there was no downhill seams. Two, they had to outrun us. And so we don't coach lever, spill, lever on gap scheme. We would say a backer was in a 40 alignment. He would spill this. This guy would overlap. He would still be cut back. But what protects us is the cheat safety. Say this was a safety that rotated down. The cheat safety here. Now, say that this guy spilled it and he couldn't make the trip. He's out of the top. And then you never have to play it. But the difference is when people insert, and look, if you don't want to play a cheat safety or not a big single high team, I mean, we end up playing a lot of everything. We actually play more quarters than single high this year. But if you're not a big single high team, the investment that it takes to get cheat technique right, because you're asking a guy who has the middle of the field to open, shuffle, and read, key the line, recognize run pass, right? And then after he recognizes run pass, on run, redirect his eyes to the quarterback to then confirm whether the ball was pulled, handed, or it's RPO game. There's a lot. So like this works. It goes back to, hey, this, I believe, one, obviously players, but two, the fact that we play all of our single high with a cheat safety and we spend a lot of reps getting it right, including Indy reps. Like if you watch what we worked in Indy for our safeties, they work line keys, like they're linebackers, but they're from the middle of the field a lot because it's so valuable to us. But when you look at, say we're in 4-down front structure, and say this guy inserted in the A gap, we would still spill in this scenario because he's spilling the ball back. Like that is lever, spill, lever principles. Okay. What we would not ask this guy to do is sit there and spill and overlap on a lead play, not a gap scheme play, which goes back to keying properly and understanding what the play is, because I don't think you can make the trip in time. And this safety, that ball hits, like we're not talking about spilling the ball out there. That's being spilled to an internal gap on a lead play. And so I don't really believe in that. So we do coach on lead plays, right? Any insert plays, right? That we would sit there and turn the ball back and try to gain him there. And that's just a personal preference that I think you fit. I think you fit the lead, the insert plays better from a lever, spill, lever principle. But gap scheme, when that ball is going to roll all the way off the table, right? If you spill it properly, we've eliminated the need to do that on single high. Just our